Wine or pour something cold on ice because it's the Binge-Watchers Podcast.
Boom! We're here. It's Binge-Watchers Podcast. What we're doing tonight, somebody should turn down their mic on me. I'm coming through feedback on somebody else's window there. Anyway, we're doing a feel-good roundtable rewatch of Encino Man, which is submitted by Nicky Lates for our feel-good movie month here at Binge-Watchers Podcast. but first...
Weeds the juice, yeah.
Yeah, weeds
no
the
weeds
juice.
in the juice.
First, we're going to go over to our... we're going to go over to our freaking home video headlines. I was trying to do Instagram Live too, but I don't know what this thing is doing. I can't tell if it's doing anything. All right, so what have we heard in the world of TV and movies with our home video headlines? I got two juicy ones. I'll start. I'm super excited, so I'm just going to go. All right, so Keanu Reeves confirmed that they are doing Constantine 2. What's Constantine? Well, it's based on a Hellblazer comic. It's John Constantine. It came out in the early 2000s with Keanu Reeves. He basically played he's like a streetwise exorcist that does a little bit of magic, some detective work. And getting to part 2 is really cool. I also heard Peter Stormare, who is going to come back, the Swedish actor. He's going to come back as the devil. So that should be really exciting stuff. And let's see. Also, confirmed Sylvester Stallone is going to be in the Suicide Squad, the one that James Gunn is making, but currently his role is hush hush. But I'm pretty jazzed. I would love a Constantine, and I would love to see Sylvester Stallone in the Suicide Squad. It would be funny if he was playing King Shark, because that's a character I think they should definitely put in that movie. You know, he's scary and he could bite your head off if he had to, but he's on the good guy's side, so that's something. Or anti-heroes, whatever you want to call the Suicide Squad. I guess you could call them heroes. I mean, they were pretty heroic in the last movie.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Adam? You're pondering something.
No, it's like every time you're about to drop a critical piece of information, it's like, and I can't hear anything. So
what?
Those reactions are just me reacting to the technology, like interrupting.
Oh, you can't actually hear him talking right now? Oh.
Yeah, like on my end, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm sure it's fine on your end.
Everybody sounds good to me. I don't know.
Me too. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Sorry.
Looking for that red light on my microphone just to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you sound okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Tonight's movie. Oh no, wait. Does anybody else have any headlines?
Oh yeah.
Adam,
All right, go ahead.
Dave. I got one. They got like
wait.
Riverdale and Stranger Things are they're teaming up and they're making a new Netflix movie together.
What?
Yeah.
Like the cast from each one, but it's a separate thing?
Yep. It's called a subverted Hitchcockian dark comedy featuring the scariest protagonists of all, teenage girls. It's dubbed the new Mean Girls. That's what it's being referred to as.
Interesting.
I think fans would be interested. Just the mashup of casts has to be like a super fun idea.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. If you like Stranger Things, yeah, but
I've never seen Riverdale, so I don't know.
I don't like the Archie show, so I forget it. CW at its worst. Moving on. Dave,
I guess it's this generation's Brat Pack. Yeah, I've got a couple.
You think there's a Brat Pack?
So
you
Disney.
Time out. You think that Riverdale is this generation's freaking Brat Pack?
Well, them and like the Stranger Things kids, they're.
Oh, okay.
Because you're seeing them pop up in a bunch of stuff lately. Like that kid was in Spree, and then he's in a bunch of other things. The New Mutants had kids from Stranger Things in it, so yeah, I think so.
That Holmes show, Emily Holmes or whatever. You guys know about that?
Oh, Enola Holmes. Yeah.
Yeah, Enola Holmes. Yeah.
What's her name? What's her name? Millie something. Anyway, she was
Bobby Brown.
Oh yeah.
She's playing Sherlock Holmes' little sister in a movie on Netflix, and Superman, Henry Cavill or whatever played Sherlock.
Is that
Holmes.
out yet, or it's coming?
Yeah, that came out like last month.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was.
That was
already
like
out.
big talk like last month. I thought I was the only person that didn't watch it because I just didn't care.
I was out of the loop.
Nah,
Yeah.
But
what is your headline, Dave?
it's Anyway, so Disney is doing a couple reboots or remakes. One, they are doing a in the works right now is a Darkwing Duck reboot with
Ooh,
Seth Rogen.
I'm down for
So,
that. Actually. That would be really cool.
Yeah. And this one really struck me as surprising. They're doing a live action Lilo and Stitch remake. So
That's
with
weird.
John M. Chu, who I think did some Fast and the Furious movies, or was it? I don't know. He's a director.
Yeah.
That's done some popular movies lately. I think he did Crazy Rich Asians. I can't remember, but anyways, yeah. So live action Lilo and Stitch. I'm kind of interested to see how that'll turn out.
I like Duckwing.
I really love that
Duckwing
cartoon.
Duck.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck
never-
was a good update. I'd be down.
I
for
think
Darkwing
that'd be a
Duck.
good update. I'm down for that. Yeah.
Is the Darkwing Duck like gonna be a
I'm
TV
honestly
show?
surprised it took him this long with all the MCU and everything.
Right?
What's
Yeah,
that?
I think he can work right now.
Is that gonna be a comedy series?
Yeah,
I mean,
for
like
sure.
a TV show or movie?
A cartoon.
Oh, it's gonna be a cartoon.
Yeah, it's going to be a TV show, I think, on Disney Plus. Yeah.
Um,
I got one.
what do you got, Nicky Lates?
All right. So the original Home Alone director thinks the Disney Plus reboot is going to be a waste of time. I don't know about you. I actually kind of agree with him. I don't see Home Alone capturing the magic it had at that time. Do you guys? I mean, they've done a bunch of home video ones, and they were terrible.
But have you heard of Stoned Alone? The Ryan Reynolds.
I have.
drama?
I think that could work, actually. Yes, but would that go to Disney Plus because it's a stoner comedy? I don't think so.
Adam's biting his lip.
Adam, go.
One guy says it's not gonna be good. Other guy says, "Hey, I'm trying this thing. We'll see."
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's so
All right.
funny is I saw that headline too, and it feels like a right message, wrong messenger, because hasn't Chris Columbus's career been on the decline for a while? Like he did that awful Pixels movie with Adam Sandler and other, so I don't know, to say it's a crime against cinema is come on, really?
Yeah.
Wasn't
you don't
Pixels
find,
the real
you
crime?
don't find Pixels entertaining at all, Dave?
No,
I never gave it a
I
chance.
think the only thing that made me laugh was a joke that was in the trailer of I am your father, and then Pac-Man still eats the guy. That's about it. That's it.
Oh man,
That's the main joke in the movie. That's pretty.
okay. Fair enough. Moving on. Let's start feeling good. Tonight's movie is Encino Man. What is the movie about? California teen Dave Morgan, played by Sean Astin. He's digging a pit for a pool in his backyard when he happens upon a caveman frozen in a block of ice, aided by his goofy friend Stoney, played by and portrayed by none other than the weasel himself, Pauly Shore. Dave transports the discovery to the garage. They thaw him out. He gets revived. Dave and Stoney find a way to mix him into their herd of teenagers at the high school, and they pass him off as a foreign exchange student, and they call him Link, as in the missing link, and then that guy is Brendan Fraser. And they have all these little tiny adventures as they work towards graduation and the prom. But I gotta say, love the cast. Let's run the list. Sean Astin, Pauly Shore, Brendan Fraser, Megan Ward, Robin Tunney, Richard Moser, Michael DeLouise, which is Dom DeLouise is one of his kids, one of his 3 kids who went on to acting. Rose McGowan, a comedian, Rick Ducommun, who you might remember, he's in Little Monsters as the big bully guy that becomes their friend, the bully monster. He pops up in other things too. He's a comedic actor, right? Stand-up comedian. You got Erick, Avari, and Gerry Bednob. They're playing the guys in the mini mart. They're playing stereotypes, but
It's fun.
I don't know, man. They did a great job.
They really did.
I want to acknowledge that they're in the movie. They're both good actors. Gerry, you would remember from 40-Year-Old Virgin, and Erick Avery's been in a ton of movies. Another Adam Sandler comes to mind though, Mr. Deeds. You know the Mr. Deeds remake? He was in that as the financial advisor. All right. So that's Encino Man. It's Nick's pick. Let's jump into first impressions. Let's start with Nicky Lates.
My first impression is lightning in a bottle. I love it. This is one of my go-tos for a good time movie, and that's why I chose it.
Wow, that's pretty quick. That's a good first impression.
No, usually you like it. Usually like it short and sweet.
A couple sentences, like a movie teaser.
Yeah, usually you're just like, boom.
All right, double A, first impression of Encino Man.
Brendan Fraser's most revealing role.
Wow, because he's wearing a loincloth?
Yeah, pretty much.
Set him up, zing, zing. Dangerous Dave, first impression of Encino Man.
Let's see. So first impression of this, I'd have to put myself into my 9-year-old body because I saw this in the theater. Oh my God, this is the most awesome movie ever. I love it. It's so funny. And Pauly Shore is cool. That was 9-year-old Dave's review.
And
that was really cool.
Loincloth, did that trigger puberty for you?
Yeah. Well, you know.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We all learned ourselves. Move on.
Okay, I will move on. Okay, so that was a cheap joke. Okay, for my first impression, for all those 90 kids, this is it. That's my bold sentence for this movie.
That's good. I like that. Yeah.
Or something.
That was quicker than mine. Yeah.
Montage of scenes from.
So we'll be back with more podcasting about Encino Man right after these messages. We're going to go to some sponsor and affiliate stuff now. Either you can get this in the video description or in the podcast notes. But I'm going to tell you this. You can get 7 days of free movies and TV from our friends at CBS All Access. There's a bit.ly CBS free trial BW. You can visit macweldon.com/binge-watchers. Enter promo code binge-watchers. Smash the words together. Promo code binge-watchers. Now, what is Mack Weldon? Well, they offer a one-stop shop for men's basics. That's socks, shirts, hoodies, underwear, polos, activewear, whatever you need. Use our code. Get 20% off your first order. Pretty cool. We're going to leave those messages behind us and keep rolling right along. If you're looking for other podcasts, visit us at bwpodcast.com. But now let's jump into our favorite bits. Nicky Lates, what is your favorite bit from this movie?
We've already mentioned earlier, it is the liquor store scene where the guys want to wheeze the juice, and he's teaching Link all about
the juice. You can't.
And he's teaching Link all about like the 5 basic food groups, and they're all these candy bars and things. It's like genius. Like Milk Duds are the milk group, and then wheeze the juice, and then they go to the Magic Mountain after that. It's great.
Do they microwave a burrito though?
Yeah, they do. And then remember, it's cold in the middle, and he's like, 2 minutes or something. I'm doing a bad impersonation, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a classic scene. That whole 5-minute scene is just perfect.
Dangerous Dave, what's your favorite bit?
A couple actually. I forgot how quotable this movie is, but like, actually, I really love the villain in this movie, the tough guy. But there's a scene where he's pinning up Sean Astin. He's like, "She wouldn't piss on your lips if your gums were on fire." Yeah, she would. Like that kills me every time. And then the other part that like it's a serious moment, but the line is so ridiculous or great. But he's like, "Stoney, all you care about is grinding, and tasty nugs." Like that's his big moment to say he's self-centered, but it's just like basically all you want to do is eat and get high.
That's a dramatic moment for Pauly Shore because he goes, "Well, I care now. I care now." It's a big moment, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. You know, like, we should take a minute to talk about Pauly Shore, who's like...
he's like a podcaster now.
Yeah, he's doing the Random Rants podcast.
Random Rants. I almost got that job.
But
I'm going on a side story. I applied to something, and I almost got that job, and then I just went for another job with Sean instead. But I almost worked for Pauly Shore.
To be like his video guy and like
I didn't realize what it would become, but I would have probably been on the show in that little room that he did. It would have been weird.
He's making you dance in little shorts like the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does like a live show from his living room, but the whole thing is like he had a very like not feel good interview on Joe Rogan's podcast.
It was very
and he was like kind of depressed, and they were talking about like his former movie career, you know? And then he was talking about being included in one of Adam Sandler's movies, that Stanley Wexler thing on Netflix. How he was visiting the set, but he wasn't the star. And then he was talking about how like he had one bad movie after the other, and like it was just like Pauly Shore like just kind of went off the cliff, you know?
Mm-hmm. It was a sad interview. I know, I felt bad.
Yeah. The Joe Rogan thing was sad, but I don't know if he can't really relive his glory days, but he could still act. People could still put him in movies. I mean, I'd like to make a movie with Pauly. I would find things for him to do. Like he just did a independent movie.
Yeah.
And The Guest House, and it's kind of like they're trying to get the weasel to come out of retirement in that movie, playing like this wild guy that is stuck in some kind of lease in these people's guest house, and they got a new homeowners want to kick him out or whatever. But my favorite Pauly Shore is usually son-in-law, but the way Encino Man is like a good go-to. You know what I mean? Like if there wasn't son-in-law,
it's so good.
Well, with just watching him in Encino Man. And they have there's 2 parts where they show the Terminator in this movie.
Yeah.
So, like,
it's so funny.
Link is learning. Yeah. So Link is learning. I guess these are some of my favorite bits. Like Link is learning how to talk, like modern kids from Encino or whatever by flipping through channels like through MTV and stuff on the TV, and then he sees the bit from the Terminator. Like I'll be back, right? And then and at the end of the movie, like the weasel comes in and is like, oh. I'll be back, buddy. And
did you guys notice the dance that he watched in that beginning scene too? Is the end dance?
Yeah.
That was really cool too. That they referenced that. Yeah,
where they go to the prom. Mm-hmm. Where are we at? Double A.
You're talking about Pauly Shore.
Yeah. We're talking about Pauly Shore. You want to add to the Pauly Shore discussion, or do you want to tell us about your favorite bits?
Well, I wanted to talk about our favorite bit, but I feel like we're talking about Pauly Shore. Just a couple words. I want to know, and maybe one of you guys knows about this. How did he make this role? That couldn't be in the script, right? Where they put in the hyphens, buddy, and all that. That's just stuff Pauly Shore.
No, that's Pauly Shore.
That's
like his thing.
So he was on MTV a few years before this movie, like a VJ.
Totally Pauly.
Yeah, so that's kind of how he brought his character to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like Weasel is his like signature character, signature personality.
Yeah, it felt so. I mean, I watched this in the movie theater. I was little, and he was such a strange character. I didn't know as a kid. I had no idea what he was talking about. No,
how to reference that.
Only as an adult that I understand. But man, he really brought a lot. They filled out this world. The interactions between the characters feel so natural. I mean, there's nothing stiff about this movie. It's just immersive. Everyone in the movie believes it's real. So just in each scene, so the movie plays very well. And I don't know. I see a lot of other movies that could not pull any of this off. So Pauly Shore is definitely a special talent. But on that, Nicky Lates, your scene selection, one of my biggest laughs in the movie is when he starts telling them about the food groups. Yeah. And it just cuts to the guys, like behind the counter. Yes. The reaction shot, it gets me. I totally agree. When I saw it, I knew it had got me before. Like, I know. Yes. And then it just builds from there, the cut back to their reaction to insanity. Because they're us. Right.
Yeah. We're like, what the hell is this guy doing? Yeah. It is such a good scene. Yeah.
But my favorite scene in the movie is when after he's been playing, because it caused me anxiety as an adult. I'm sorry to say. But when he gets in the car, you're going, oh, this is like a fun scene or whatever. And then the car's driving sideways on the 2 wheels.
Oh, yeah.
That was stressing me out, but I enjoyed it. But I was like, why is this stressing me out? This isn't real.
Very suspenseful scene for you.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun in that scene. And a runner-up.
I know I kind of I piggybacked on Dave's favorite bit, and then a little bit. Mine's gonna come off a little bit of Adam's too, because like I had written down on my notes here the friendship between the 3 dudes trying to survive to the end of high school is kind of like my favorite bit of the whole movie. Like watching Brendan Fraser as Link, watching Pauly as Stoney, and watching Sean Astin as Dave, like all hang out and like just trying to get through their last bit of high school, right? Mm-hmm. I thought was like I think I would say pretty genuine, to kind of echo or repeat what Adam said, but yeah, like I agree with it. What's funny is like the Dave character's like panning for this girl, like their whole grade school or junior high experience.
Seems like he's always liked her. Yeah.
Not to put everybody on the spot, but did you guys have like a person you find and perished over for like years or whatever?
I can relate to him. Yeah.
So, Dave, who was yours?
Yeah.
What's your little story?
I don't
about,
want to.
like-
I don't want to say her name on it. Or
No, you don't have to say
whatever.
her name.
Okay.
I won't. Yeah, I
I'll
won't
show-
say full name.
Let's everyone Google her and
Yeah.
the podcast and look what Nick said. Yeah. Okay. No.
I'll change my name up.
Yeah, let's
there
change
was
the
a girl
name.
in middle school that I had a hard crush on. Kathy, we'll call her, and she was actually a teacher's daughter. That like, and I was like one of her best students, so I was always hoping out like something would work out there, and it never did. but you know, I knew her all through high school. Like we took drama and all this stuff together. So, but like, I pined for her for my middle school years.
Yeah.
And some high school.
Double A, you got a story like this growing up?
Are we? This is where we're going on the podcast. Okay,
We are going there. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Charlie Brown had the little red-haired girl. I had several. My parents are in the Navy, so I moved around a lot. And the first one was
we don't got time for several. Just one that you.
I know. I'm not telling several.
2 hours later, we're like, all right.
It's always a story of unrequited
I'm
love.
opening up the show for like personal little stories, but then you're like, well, I got several. Hold on. There's Ellen. There's Veronica. There's Suzanne.
Which one you guys want to hear? Yeah.
There's a girl named Raina that I liked a lot.
Is that the real name? Are you going to actually give out the real
That's
name?
her real name.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, I'm not worried
He's
about
actually saying it.
being outed for that.
Yeah.
No, there's
I
no
was gonna-
outing. Like, I remember, like, I met a girl in second grade, and I pined for this girl till like my freshman year of high school, right? And I remember like Dave is so awkward in this movie. Dave Morgan, not Dave on our show, but Dave the character, and like he reveals his feelings a little too early, and like I kind of did something like that. Like I was like, "Oh, I love you," and then like there was just silence, like a vacuum of silence. I was like, "Holy shit! I better say something because she's giving me like this, like wide-eyed stare, like this." And I'm like, "Holy shit!" Like I need to say something. So it's pretty overwhelming, huh? Like what I just said. Yes. And then I ran into a friend, and he's like, "Yeah, you used to have all these girlfriends in high school." And I'm like, "Oh, I must have like overcompensated by just like hanging out with a bunch of girls to make up for the fact that like
You didn't get the one.
I can't believe I fucking did that."
Yeah.
But that brings us to you, Nicky Lates. Let's talk about your love affairs.
I had a girl that really liked me actually first, and then I kind of was seeing her, and then I moved away, and then it was in between that age, between 7th grade and 8th grade, where the girl that I was actually probably better than at the time, like in terms of looks, then got way better than me and got, beautiful. You know how that goes. And then, I moved away and then started contacting her, and of course, like she's way better than me, and then she gave me a second chance, but of course, it fizzled out and things didn't work out, but she was always my crush, and it's one of those things where like, God damn it. Like, you guys know what I'm saying? Like the girl, like sometimes like she wasn't that pretty kind of in middle school, but then becomes the hottest girl in high school. That's kind of what it was for me. Yeah. It was just like, holy crap, what just happened? Yeah. So yeah, that was my obsession. And her name was, yeah, there you go.
Sorry, what was her name?
Oh, internet glitch. I'm sorry. What were you saying? I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, I don't know what happened. Yeah.
So we have an audience segment on the show, and it's called Questions from Out There. We take some any input from the audience, could be anything they say or compliments, or they want us to talk about movies or whatever. But actually, I was on Facebook earlier, and my sister Crystal shared an article about the new Short Circuit. And she's like, are they going to screw it up? Well, frankly, I think they are. But, I mean, I think it's going to be because they're going to water down the whole movie because of cancel and PC culture. They're going to, it'll be lukewarm, be watered down. If I think about the original Johnny Five, I love that guy. But he's like journey of self-discovery, self-realization. He's like a potty-mouthed toddler robot. And then maybe by the end of the movie, he's like a teenager, maybe. He's not I don't think he's a full-blown, adult robot. I don't think he's learned enough. But, it'll probably be like a Disney Pixar type story. Anybody Short Circuit fans? Dave?
I mean, yeah, I like Short Circuit. I don't know. They'll probably screw it up, but I mean, whatever. The originals are still there. It's not a movie that I'm like I'm in such love with that I'm going to be upset if they make a bad version, because I can ignore it.
It'd be cool if they cast Fisher Stevens again, but he gets to play like a regular Irish Catholic this time. Because that was the uproar of the
yeah.
Oh my gosh, he was like Indian or something, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Well,
I literally thought he
Fisher
was
Stevens
when it came
white
out.
For years.
I didn't either,
job.
dude. Yeah, he did amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being a little kid. I was like, "Are we gonna see that Indian guy in another movie anytime soon?" He was only in Short Circuit.
Short Circuit 2, and then that was it.
Yeah, had a nice tan, I guess.
Yeah.
So
He was in a
this is
show called Key West or something, where he was like he wanted to be like Hemingway. And he goes to Florida to be a writer.
But I remember hearing about that show.
Then he got like kidnapped. He was on an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia and gets kidnapped as a journalist that reviews their bar. That was a pretty.
I never saw that one. Oh my gosh, I would love to watch that.
That's pretty classic.
I think
I'll look it up.
I think he was one of the bad guys in the Super Mario Brothers movie.
What?
Was
I
he?
think.
Oh no! Oh wow!
Oh no!
And that's Dave's pick for the feel good movie next week, guys.
God, that's a bad movie.
Super Mario Brothers. Yes.
Oh shit.
I just hope they do the robots cool. That's the one thing. Like Johnny Five looked so good in the first one. I don't know what design they're gonna go for, and I hope they go for real animatronics again because I don't want him to be CG. That would be my only complaint. Don't make him CG. That was
if they make him CG.
the beauty, right?
Dead from the start.
The beauty of Short Circuit was look at how amazing this robot is. I mean, that was
they built
part of the charm.
The Yoda-like creature called the Child in the Mandalorian is a $5,000 doll. That's animatronic. He's really there, like a puppet on set.
And all you need to do is add little things in digital, not make it all digital.
Right.
No, they should use animatronics. I mean, Johnny Five, he looks mechanical.
He is a robot, as far as
they're going to attach somebody like Michael Bay. They'd be like, "Hey, Michael, you did the Transformers. You want to come over here and record these circuits with us?"
This robot?
Yeah. It'll be something like
Johnny
that.
Five can change himself into something else, like a truck. Then
so it's just Transformers again. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's
Johnny
hilarious.
Five watches the Transformers movie and then he learns input.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Dude, I bet you anything that they're going to turn it into an Iron Giant like story where he's a weapon, but he has to do good. I can see it.
Pretty rad because he becomes like a punk rocker and he puts like the mohawk thing on. You know, part 2.
Yeah, I love part 2.
Oh God, what was the name of the band, the gang? Because like
Los Votos kick your ass. Los Votos kick your face into outer space.
Kick ass into outer
I still remember it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Johnny Five is alive.
I was kind of hoping for Short Circuit 3.
I was too after part 2.
Direct sequel, just what Johnny Five doing these days. He works at the DMV. He just stamps people's freaking driver's licenses.
Tries to cheer them up, I guess. Yeah.
He'd have to get like run over a couple times to enjoy working at the DMV.
Didn't in part 2 he become a citizen and then at the end he became gold?
Yeah,
right?
they have titanium or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
They bronzed his ass.
And they had at the time the "We Need a Hero" at the end climactic action scene. Remember that song? Like Who's Harry Crumb used it, and then they used it in this one.
My problem with part 2 is they cut out all Pauly Shore.
Yeah. It's good.
You know what's funny is I think we should just start like dropping like fake movie stuff, like shit that's not even real. Like they cut all Pauly's
just
scenes
to see if it got on like Movie Web or something. Like Pauly Shore's in the new.
Starring Brendan Fraser.
Pauly Shore is going to be the voice. Yeah,
it'll all become facts. So it'll end up on like Wikipedia and be like, "Well, the Binge-Watchers Podcast said that fucking."
Has to be real.
Yeah.
Be amazing.
Oh man, iTunes is dropping that explicit bar with the E thing so fast these days.
How did they catch it so quick?
So last week we did a fan commentary of Friday the 13th. They yanked that shit so fast. That shit's gone.
Wow.
I think like so many people got to download it. I don't know what happens now. I'm hiding that thing in our Facebook group. It seems like the best place to hide it. YouTube rejected it like right away. Anyway, if you like Friday the 13th, there's a fan commentary out there that might exist. Go look for it. Weird time to bring it up, but
2 days after Friday the 13th.
I didn't have a place to bring it up, but it was on my mind. And I didn't get a chance to tell the boys before we started the show where it is. Did you watch it, Nick?
I watched half of it. You guys are amazing. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Do you think
The movie may or may not be on there. I'm not going to confirm or deny.
It was when I saw it. The part I don't know what happened to it
No,
now.
no. I'm saying for libel reasons, I'm not going to confirm or deny.
Sorry. Oh, geez, you put me on the spot live. I'm sorry. I'm like, no, yeah. I didn't see that. It was glitchy internet about like the girl. Yeah.
Yeah. He's talking about he saw Adam's pretty face.
Yeah,
Adam
I was talking about Adam. That's all I was talking about.
yeah.
He was showing his chest. It was hot. Yeah.
Oh, wow. What commentary do you watch? Adam sent you a secret message like, oh, there's a recut. There's a new cut. Click this message. Middle of the night shit.
It was good.
Guys, we're blazing through like Encino Man. I was really excited to do this episode. I thought we were gonna have like tons to say about Encino Man, and
well, it's so good. There's not. Yeah.
We could have gone more. I could have done more favorite bits, but of course, you don't want to like keep dragging shit out. Oh, there's that explicit. Sorry.
Yeah, don't be a long talker.
Oh,
Dave.
ooh, yeah.
Well, that's what I was trying not to
don't
do.
wanna,
But I mean, we
you want
can
to give everyone a taste.
Just
You don't
taste
wanna,
of it. Yeah.
Paint the whole picture and then have other people watch. Oh, those are the best bits of the movie. Why should I even watch it? I did want
You wanted to watch
to.
it.
It reminds
it's a
me.
classic.
Have any of you seen Iceman?
Iceman.
Is that the one with Timothy whatever Hutton?
Came out in the early '80s. It's just all one word, Iceman. Let me see.
I think it's Timothy Hutton, the guy who was in Dark Half, I think, or Dark. Well, yeah, that Stephen King movie.
What's
Yeah.
it about?
Yeah, it's similar. Prehistoric Neanderthal man.
But it's not a
found
comedy.
frozen in ice.
Oh, I know what you're
It's a
talking about now.
drama,
Yes, it's a drama.
It's a drama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it the Iceman Cometh?
No, it's just Iceman. It's from 1984, and it's such
The
an
Iceman
interesting.
Cometh is a
movie.
porno, Dave.
I'm not sure if it's like the first time someone found someone in ice in a movie, but it's very similar. They find him in ice, they cut him out. There's an excavation team. It's in Antarctica. It's not in
I
Encino.
can't tell if Nicky Lates is paying attention or if he's Googling.
I'm trying to find it right now. I'm actually trying to find Caveman from 1981.
Oh, I love Caveman.
That's not the
with
same
Ringo
one.
Starr, right?
Yeah. Okay. Am I
Yeah.
mistaken? The movies. Okay.
And
I'm trying to
Shelley
figure out
Long.
what he's saying. Yeah.
It's
Totally.
all one word, Iceman, 1984.
Oh, 1904. Okay.
So what else are you guys watching? Let's go to what else are the binge watchers watching? Dangerous Dave, what are you watching this week?
All right. Well, just to keep up with the feel good tone of this month, I watched a documentary on Netflix called My Octopus Teacher.
I heard about that.
It is so.
Is it good?
It's really like dude, have tissues or something near you. if you're that
Tearjerker,
type of
right?
person.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like you get attached to a damn octopus. Like you get like feelings for an octopus that can't speak or say anything, but like it feels like like a Free Willy type story where like a human and an octopus like form a bond, and they tell you scientifically, octopuses only live for 1 year, so like you kind of know the end of the story before the story, but it's nonetheless heartbreaking. But also uplifting. Like you kind of learn, it's if you want to see the story of the year about a man and an octopus. What's that?
Did they cut out the sex scenes or did they include it?
Well, you have to watch. I can't tell you everything.
Sex scene with the octopus. Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that. I've heard good things. Yeah.
It sounds boring.
It's a tentacle. What'd you say?
The
Nice.
shape of tentacles.
Yeah.
Shit. Adam, what else are you watching this week?
I watched something on Shudder called Satan's Slave, and it's a movie out of Indonesia. I don't
They
know.
get Pauly Shore for that one too? Did they get Pauly for that one too?
They did. They did. He was.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
He was just. He just made an appearance as a demon. In the movie, he had a mask on his face.
Whoa. That's amazing.
But a lot of older movies. I mean, they're just not always that good. But there's this very strange quality to watching things that are foreign and horror and from a different culture.
Oh,
And,
see, I thought you were gonna say just stuff on actual film, stuff that's been shot on film.
oh yeah. Well, that's true too. But
Yeah.
it looks really good. I don't know if they restored it or well, they must have. Somebody must have restored it because it's from 1982, and it looks it really looks fantastic. But it was surprising how normal everything in the movie felt, considering it is so strange and foreign. I mean, I'm not recommending it, saying it's a must watch or anything like that. It's binge later for sure, but
No,
it
no,
was
anything
interesting.
with Pauly Shore is a binge now, brother.
oh yeah, oh well,
Oh, sure.
he doesn't get to do any buddies or anything like that. So
He doesn't get to weasel out, huh?
he's just going like,
Sure, yeah. Where are we? Nicky Lates, what'd you watch this week, brother?
I decided to finally catch up. It's been on my queue for a while. Eli Roth's History of Horror. Have you guys watched this?
Oh,
seems
it's like
good.
oh no,
It's pretty freaking cool. Every week they go on a horror topic, right? Like there's the monsters, and then they talk about like The Thing or Godzilla, and then there's house horror or body horror. It's really cool. It's on the second season. I just finally been catching up, and it was like, oh wow, look at all the slasher movies they talk about, and you know he's so knowledgeable in horror. It's actually it's really well made. I would highly recommend checking it out. Really cool series.
where are you watching that?
I think it said the Sundance Channel. I think
It's
I would
also
have
Oh,
or,
it's on Shudder too.
or on Shudder. Yeah, I think it's on a
Oh, okay.
bunch. Yeah, definitely Eli Roth's History of Horror or something like that. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
timer.
The episodes I've seen.
If people want to try Shudder, our code might still work. I don't really know.
Let's
It's
try.
the same code, Binge-Watchers might work. Who knows? Yes, we used to partner with them too about all the horrific stuff they had on their horror movie thing.
Mhm.
What have you watched?
It's you, dude. It's you.
Is it my turn? How do I introduce what I'm watching? Like, hey, John, what's up?
Hey, John, what are you watching today, dude?
Okay. Oh, thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
Let's see. I got my kid into Last of the Mohicans with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh my gosh,
You
that's
guys
a
remember
great
that one?
Yeah, I remember the score being so good too. That's a really good score.
Yeah, it's an incredible score.
Mhm.
Watching scalpings and learning about the different conflicts, trying to explain that like each side thought they were right. The French and their tribes thought they were right. The tribes helping the English thought they were right. Everybody's like thinks they're right. Meanwhile, colonists are dying in between. Anyway, it's good. It's based on a novel. I think it's a Daniel something novel. The guy who wrote the Scarlet Letter also wrote this one. I think. This is the history podcast, so I don't know.
That's what I was thinking.
Let's see. Oh, and The Greatest Showman. I didn't watch the whole movie. I just go to the very end because like I like the part where all his shit's falling apart and then he's got to put it back together. And obviously, it's a flight of fancy. I think we've explained this before. Like, this is not like how P.T. Barnum really was. Like, he was a son of a bitch in real life.
Is that who is based on?
Yeah, P.T. Barnum.
Okay, I've never seen the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Oh, the movie's great. You'll love the music. Like,
Okay.
it's a musical.
Really?
It's got Hugh Jackman. Oh, the music's incredible. Who said
I started off after like
Who said
20
over-
minutes. I couldn't stand it.
You turned it off?
Ooh.
Yeah, it was horrible. The music sucked. Oh God, I hated that movie.
Holy shit.
Oh wow! If they were in the
All right,
same
you still
room,
play
they'd
with
be
your
fighting
octopuses,
right now.
then. We won't
Yeah.
talk to you.
And I'm glad he didn't choose this as his feel-good movie because I would have made me forced to watch it all the way through.
Well, I guess we know what we're doing for December then.
Feel good? No.
Musical Christmas.
There's a lot. Yeah.
And
Oh,
my
dude,
next
don't
one
like
is, I brought it up
cats.
already. The last one is Mando Season 2, Mandalorian Season 2.
I still
Now
need
they're
to
bringing
catch
in a
up.
bunch of canon stuff from the cartoons is starting to crop up on the season. So the best episode of the whole season was this week. Just got dropped on Friday. So he was fighting some stormtroopers, but then characters from the cartoons popped up. So who may or may not be other Mandalorians. That's not exactly a spoiler because I said may or may not be.
Mm.
So there you go. Dave's generally caught up on that show.
Yeah, I watched it. good.
Dave, what are we watching next week?
Oh.
I watch it. That's incredibly revealing. Like I watch it.
It's later.
Yes.
Holy
Still waters run deep. You know what I mean?
Give it to us,
Pauly Shore
Dave.
in the
I
next
didn't come
episode
prepared
too.
for
by the way.
Monday.
Give it to us, Dave. Jury duty or what?
So, My pick for a feel-good movie for next week is the Johnny
October
Depp Tim Burton collaboration, Ed Wood.
That's
Get ready to watch him make some movies. Known as the worst director of all time, but made for one of the best feel-good movies.
I've noticed
I
for
love
this
that one.
podcast, the audience really loves horror or weird stuff. Ed Wood may or may not be both horror and weird stuff, and also has an octopus just for you, Dave.
Yeah, it's the octopus.
It does. But here's the problem. The podcast does not do well with indie shit because it's just like not, I guess like our audience is like very like shallow and like super mainstream and like the weird, like it can be weird shit, but it can't be like so indie and obscure that like 10 people watch the movie and then 100,000 people are like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, I hate to say it, but the least liked of the feel good so far. You guys want to take a guess?
Was it?
Yeah, well, there's only two.
Hunt for the Wildebeest.
You know
So
what
far.
Wildebeest? What
movie.
you know what the mistake of the Wildebeest was? Not casting Pauly Shore.
Oh man, Adam, how do you feel about this? Do you have anything to say?
Adam knew it was coming. I could see it on his face. He knew where it was. He knew where it was
Oh, Adam.
going. 'Cause
I stick up for that movie, Adam. That's a good movie, though. I think Ed Wood is. It was kind of a small movie at the time, but it's Johnny Depp, so that's not that small stream.
It's grown a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen.
Plus, it's Tim Burton and Johnny Depp. You can't really call that indie at that point.
I was trying to draw Dave into a debate about The Greatest Showman, but he didn't really bite. And so then I thought I would pick on Adam because Adam's good for a laugh. If I can get him engaged in a little movie battle, but his face just turned red and he just got real quiet.
He got real. I've never seen him so quiet in my life. Yeah.
I was waiting for the shoe to drop.
Yeah.
What?
I was waiting for the shoe to drop.
Oh, the other shoe.
Yeah.
Dang. What are we watching again, Dave?
Ed Wood.
Dave,
We're switching it up. Okay. Sorry. I want to answer.
Pauly Shore presents Ed Wood. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. It's a stage play that they're doing down at the LACMA Theater.
I think. Where did Dave go?
I don't know. How did you mute
Actually,
yourself?
Dave muted his mic. I could see the little mute thing,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
and he just keeps talking.
Yeah. And then he just,
Keep on talking, Dave. He's like miming now. This is great. If you guys can't, if you're
it said
listening to
his
the
mic isn't
podcast,
connected.
Dave's
Your mic isn't connected, Dave.
Dave's mic went bye-bye, and Dave's trying to talk.
wait.
Yeah.
Does someone want to do his voiceover for us now? Or?
I'll just kick him out of the
no,
street.
he just
Keep
appeared now.
going.
He's like, he just
Oh,
left.
snap.
Bye, Dave. Sorry. Oh, well, I
Hey,
guess we
your mic
missed him.
right
Whoa,
here.
dude.
He got mad that he didn't like his Ed Wood pick, I guess. Oh no,
Yeah,
he's
I know,
back.
Get out of
His
here.
mic is still
Dave,
broken.
your mic is
Who's
still
gonna end the
muted.
show with a broken microphone?
What?
Look at his mic is literally audience. If you're listening to this, his mic has the little mute X thing.
You know what's
It's
funny
hilarious.
is like Dave was struggling to join the studio in the first place.
he keeps trying. Look at him. It's almost
He's
He's
embarrassing.
trying so hard.
He's trying.
The
Oh,
show's
so
starting.
I have a feeling he could hear us too, so we can just keep
Oh,
talking
yeah, he
crap.
can hear us. He can hear
Yeah.
us. You
Yeah.
guys, did you catch it earlier when Dave said his favorite movie of the entire year was Greatest Showman? I couldn't believe it. He said he loved
That's
the music.
incredible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The finale
Well, we all
song
have
is
to
a
watch
great
it to
song.
find
He
out
Yeah.
loves
what Dave's
Jackman.
tastes are.
Dave
You know,
just
Dave
loves
once
these
Dave
movies.
stood in the rain to see that movie on opening night. He stood in the rain
Oh,
for
wow.
hours, camped out in a
Are you
tent to
serious?
see the Greatest Showman.
Oh, Dave,
about
man.
Dave's
fan
favorite
letters.
movie of the year. Favorite movie of
All
the
the
year.
fan letters he wrote to everyone in the cast.
Yeah. Now he left again. Oh, no. I'm trying to explain this to anyone who's not watching. It's like he keeps coming on, and then
Oh
it's
yeah,
the
we
mute
should probably
thing.
explain to the
Yeah,
audio.
if
just
there's-
listening to the audio, what's happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty much Dave somehow muted his mic, and you get the little X symbol, but we can
Yeah.
still see him. So we're But then he
Oh,
keeps leaving and
Riverdale.
coming back.
His favorite movie is Greatest Showman.
Oh, now okay, now there he is. Now
Can you
you're
hear me
back.
now?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you now. Wow, that was amazing.
Lies. It's
The thing we
all
learned when
lies.
you were gone is
No, Dave, we
Greatest
just told the audience what your favorite movie was. That's
Yeah, I heard that part.
Oh,
It's
man.
incorrect.
TTS.
Oh, that was
okay.
good.
Well, if you hate that musical, let's put you on the spot. What's one of your musicals that you like?
Chicago, Grease, Wizard of Oz. I don't know. You put me on the spot, so that's best I can come up with at the moment.
Yeah.
I do like musicals, some of them. Just
Sound of
every
Music?
summer. No.
Cats.
No. Although I did see it.
Yeah, didn't you watch the butt cut?
Yes. Well, the
That's a butt cut?
YouTube
Oh,
joke video. Yeah.
All right,
The
it feels
butthole
like
cut.
it's winding down, so I guess we'll kick it over to Nicky Lates. You want to end the show, Nick?
Hey guys, everything got real. Thanks for joining in. Whether you're live or whether your mic is muted, we're here for you and we love you. Stuff got real. Lights.
It did get real because Dave told us what his favorite musical was.
Yeah. Can we mute Dave's mic more often? That was funny. It was funny to see him so stressed. It's like, what the hell's going on with my mic?
You have to watch the video version because you see him panicking.
Yeah. Oh, it's so
Oh,
funny.
man.
I'm
I don't know what.
sorry. I'm sorry, Dave.
You're gonna see me have a
stressed.
stroke on camera one day.
It was pretty funny. It was pretty awesome.
I meant to mention something at
You're
the
like-
top of the show, but I forgot. I should mention it now. So I'm streaming with this thing called the Amcrest, right? It's a little 1080p camera, webcam. It's got sound. It's got video and audio. I'm going to get this for the boys because it's a pretty amazing camera.
I
So all
love
three
it.
of you guys are going to get it. If our audience wants this, maybe we'll do a holiday contest. We'll get you your own camera from our buddies at Amcrest. We're in Amcrest Vision tonight. There you go. I think you guys said on the commentary that we did last week that I was looking pretty sharp, and it's because
Yeah,
of this
the picture
little,
quality was a lot
camera
better.
here.
I could tell the difference. That yours looks so better, much better than mine. You look really
And
good.
it's
John.
affordable. It works
Yeah.
as well as the $300 ones, but it's only $50. You can get it on Amazon. It's like 40 or 50 with shipping, whatever.
Oh wow.
Not bad.
Nick, you look like you're in a mist. Like there's Pauly Shore's in the next room.
I know, right? He probably is. Well, I'm in my garage and I have really bad lighting. I have that weird garage lighting, It's the only room in the house I can get really quiet in,
I was
or
going to tell you,
really
Nick, you
quiet.
need like a side light. You need like a little side light on your desk there.
Well, I have like a flashlight, but then I'm like blinded.
Oh, there you go. That's
But
better.
then I'm like blinded the whole time. Like this is way too bright.
Nah.
I would be like, ooh, that would hurt.
Well,
Yeah,
bounce it off to something.
Let's see.
That's a little bit better.
There's not a lot of
Nice,
bounce.
there's like a lens flare.
Why don't I just
Like
put it
a
like
Spielberg movie.
Oh my gosh.
this? Hey. Like I could just create lens flares the whole show.
Oh, the stream's still going, by the way. We're
Oh no, it's good. It's good.
Are we? Okay.
So audience, we're doing lens flares.
Well, my favorite part was Dave being frustrated because he couldn't share his favorite musical with us.
Yeah, he was very disappointed. I could tell.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised people like that movie, but I'm in the minority apparently.
wow. I'm ending the stream now because I'm just getting doubly offended. So dangerous tonight, dude. Just bringing down the house with your opinions on that movie.
Do we have any other audience questions?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we do. Hold on. There's something on my notes that says we really love The Greatest Showman. Says Cynthia.
Cynthia from Texas.
Cynthia from Dakota. I don't know, Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
God,
Uh,
you're just gonna turn it into a month of movies that David hates, or because we already have April.
dude, the December that David hated. Oh my God. Thanks, Dave. We needed a December theme. Now we got one.
God.
4 movies that Dave doesn't like.